Hello, I'm Scott Wrighton, and I serve as Decatur City Manager, and it's my pleasure to bring you these weekly updates on the COVID virus and how it's affecting our community, and to tell you other things that are going on about your local Decatur City government. We are closing in on 10,000 cases of COVID since the beginning of the pandemic back in March of 2020, and closing in on 200 deaths as well. So these are serious numbers. The exact numbers are, as of today, 9,872 cases here in Macon County and 184 deaths. Our positivity rate has really plateaued. It is now at 2.4% for Region 6 and 2.2% for Macon County. Although those numbers have ticked up over the last several weeks, the numbers I just mentioned for positivity rates are exactly the same as they were 1 week ago. As of this week, the end of March, 15% of Macon County's population has been fully vaccinated, meaning that they've had the second vaccination for those vaccinations that require 2 doses. That number still trails several of our adjoining sister counties here in central Illinois that have received more shipments of the vaccine, but we continue to make progress in catching up. The vaccine is now open to everyone who is 18 years of age and older. As many of you know, for several months the vaccine has been restricted to certain sections of the population, the elderly and others who are more at risk, and as of now it is open to everyone who is 18 years of age and older. Now, the governor's vaccination plan calls for all persons at this point who are 16 years of age and older to be vaccinated. But the producers of the vaccine have restricted it yet, at least at this point, the application to those over 18, at least for now. Well, still there are lots of people in Macon County who are over the age of 18 and have not received the vaccine. So we have our work to do in getting the word out to them and getting them vaccinated. For my part, I plan to get vaccinated, and I encourage everyone who can to be vaccinated. Getting to what you might call a generalized herd immunity status is likely the best defense we have from here going forward to protect us from other shocks that might be related to the COVID-19 virus, such as some of the new strains of the virus which are running through Europe and South America, as well as increased infection rates that are pouring across our largely unrestricted southern border, and other things that may drive up the virus rates. Our regional and Macon County positivity rates, while I said they're the same, they're still not moving in the right direction. Although our positivity rates are half what they are in the state of Texas, where most restrictions have been lifted, there are other indicators that I think clearly indicate that caution is still something that we should be exercising in our daily lives. As good as these numbers are, we still have an uptick in cases per 100,000, and hospital admissions are also higher than they should be if we want to return to what the governor's plan calls phase 5. I think the president is probably right that the next 6 weeks are critical as more and more of the vaccine is made available to people, and so now is the time that we should not be letting up on some basic precautions like wearing these masks and practicing social distancing and cleaning surfaces that are touched frequently. These are common sense kinds of things that we can all do, and we can do them without shutting down our economy, without returning to lockdowns and some of the other restrictions that all of us felt like were harmful. And so I encourage you to do that. Let's keep the economy open by using these measures and other common sense measures to protect each other. COVID testing at the Civic Center parking lot ends on March 31st. This is a service that's been provided by the Illinois Department of Public Health. But please know that testing for COVID is still available and will continue for the foreseeable future to be available at the Crossing Healthcare's facility. Moving away from COVID now, I want to mention that the city is sponsoring, in cooperation with the Community Church of God at 333 South Martin Luther King Drive on April 2nd, that's Good Friday, a gun buyback program. We buy back guns, not ammo, by the way. I have to tell you that we've had a little bit of pushback from folks who feel that somehow this voluntary give back and sell back of guns is somehow a violation of the Second Amendment. It is not. This is totally voluntary. I would say that a majority of Decatur citizens believe strongly in the Second Amendment. So this is a voluntary program, and people don't have to participate. This gets guns off the street. It's a program that's been used successfully in many other communities to get guns off the street. So we believe that this is something that we would encourage, that if you're trying to get rid of an old gun that maybe you don't use anymore and we don't want it to fall into the hands of somebody who would use it inappropriately, this is a way to get rid of them. And these guns will be destroyed eventually by the police department. Please remember that on April 6th, we have the general municipal election. That in addition to city council elections, there's also voting for park board members and Decatur Public School Board members, as well as some township trustees as well. These are elections that chronically have lower voter turnout than elections that we have every 2 years for president and senator and governor, but they are equally important, if not even more important, since more of government services are provided at the local level than they are at any other place. And so it bothers me, it has bothered me for many years, that our citizens don't have a higher participation level in elections. So I encourage you to vote on April 6th, and early voting has been open now for some time, so if you're going to be busy on April 6th, don't worry, you can go down to the county building at the corner of Wood and South Main Street, and you can vote there, and it's very quick, it won't take very long, and you'll be a participant in that way in your city government. Thank you for the encouragement and the feedback that you give to all of us here at the city offices. I look forward to talking with you again next week.